Oh yeah, welcome to How Can She? Snap. This is the Marvel Snap podcast dedicated to the filthy casual. I'm the kid, one half of the Super Snapper Rose, here with my brother from the same mother, Mr.
No big dealio.
He's here, baby, and we got a very special returning guest back from the dead, Mr. NerfHerder. We love you, baby. Welcome back. Thank you for coming and joining us. We're gonna have some fun tonight. How you doing, my man?
I am all right. Missed you little giblets for a while there, but yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I know. It's been too long. I'm excited, man. I'm actually real excited. I'm pumped. We have a decent episode today. It's gonna be okay, I guess. We're gonna talk about Phastos, the new card, in the Marvel Snap meta. We're gonna talk about probably the OTA balance patches that just happened, and then we're gonna get into some Arishem Brewing because we're a little bit excited about that card, and nothing else crazy. Let's get it. All right, NerfHerder, man. How the hell are you?
Yeah,
how you doing?
I am okay. Stoked to be on the podcast. Every time I see you, you have more going on with your outfit, and it's getting better and better, and it's fucking awesome, dude.
I think I've settled on this, and I think one thing I might have to lose pretty soon is maybe the mullet. Because people are going to think that I'm texting minors.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want to have anyone, confuse me for something. I got the glasses. I got a mullet. I'm like,
stay out of Twitch whispers. Stay out of Twitch whispers.
You're headed in the direction of like feathered hair, like Motley Crue style. So you just get a different wig, one that looks like that. Maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, I think that's what I probably should do. Just to, I don't know, on Twitch, so just I want to clear my name right now before they happen. I don't even like talking to regular people, let alone fucking. Never mind. We won't get into that.
It's like I don't sext my wife. Why would I sext someone else?
Yes, exactly. But yeah, anyone who doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, is Dr. Disrespect drama going on. You guys can look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty settled on this outfit. So
dude, sleeveless denim vest. You look like you go to the gas station every day and get a hot dog and like a fruit punch Gatorade.
Oh yeah, and the hot dog has the liquid cheese on it too. That's what I put. A fruit punch Gatorade. That's great. Man, that sounds like the fucking dream life.
NerfHerder, are you going to SnapCon? I mean, I imagine the kid's gonna be wearing that the entire weekend.
No, if I get the money, I'll consider it. But at this point, no.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it.
I gotta just pull the trigger on buying a fucking ticket. That's all.
I'm pretty good.
I haven't done that. I've been pretty busy in the last few days. I'm like, I told no big deal. I'm like, I'll do it in a couple of days. And I haven't fucking done it yet. I'm like, God damn it.
Like everyone who went to the first one seems to be like, they collab and they're friends a lot more than they were before. So that seems like it's worth it just for itself.
Yeah. It seems like it. It seems like people had a good time, and they did seem to do that. I think you're right. But yeah, no big deal. What are you saying, bro?
Not much, man. We got a bunch of new cards in the game that we didn't have before. So like, I'm pretty excited. Like Stegron's in Marvel Snap now. I mean, that's a new card that just came out. He's pretty interesting. We got the Kingpin. Feels like a real card. Miles Morales doesn't feel useless. So I'm having a lot of fun with these new cards. Second Dinner has blessed us. With the gift of the OTAs. I love the OTAs, man. They've been absolute bangers the last couple weeks, and I think this week's no exception. So I still haven't picked up Phastos. I was gonna maybe ask NerfHerder's opinion on it. I still haven't rolled. I'm probably gonna roll because I think this Hydra Bob thing next week looks kind of memey and shitty, and the guy after that, I'm not too pumped for either. The 5/5 that gets bonus for negative cards. So I don't know. But let's go. NerfHerder, what do you think about Phastos?
If you're strapped for tokens or spotlight keys, ski up.
Yeah, it feels like a ski up, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of want to play it in Arishem though. That's another thing where I kind of want to try them in Arishem decks.
Well, the thing is with Phastos, it's really not good unless you play it on turn 3.
Yeah.
And with Arishem, I saw some math. You're only going to draw like 35% of your deck. So
yeah. But but 30. Let's say it's 28% of the time. You play him on turn 2. I mean, that's a snap, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Turn 2 Phastos has to be a snap
for sure.
I mean, yeah, I haven't really I've been playing with him, and don't get me wrong, he's fun. I haven't decided how good he is. It's hard to say because I don't know if the games I'm winning, if I would have won anyway, or if I'm just like winning because of the extra power I got from him. You know, I guess I can do math and look, but like, you know, it's like maybe I had a different line that I could have won with anyway, but I decided to do the OP play that he gave me. Like, I don't know if it's a win more card or if he's actually doing work, because he does do work in some cases, but like, I don't know.
It seems weird because it's like a card where like you said, you have to play it on turn 3, otherwise it's not that great. But the decks he's good in, you already want to be doing other stuff on turn 3. Like in Bounce, you want to be playing Kitty and Angela or Athena or Bishop or Elsa Bloodstone. So it's just weird. It kind of clashes with the decks that he wants to go in.
Yeah.
Except for Thanos.
I was gonna say, yeah, I played him in some Surfer. I'm not like a big Surfer guy by any means. That discard Surfer list was a ton of fucking fun, but you know, he was okay in Surfer. I'm not good enough to know if he would have been better or worse in Surfer, but yeah, he seemed fine in that deck. I tried to put him in like a Sarah control kind of deck that I made, and he was okay in that. You know, he did all right, but probably didn't need him at all in the deck whatsoever. And then Thanos. Thanos was fucking awesome. I loved having him in Thanos. He was a lot of fun in Thanos. He does a lot of work, especially if you draw him early. And even if you put him on like put him down on 4, at least if you have some stones, you can draw into like, you know, more bullshit with Thanos. And Hope Summers is a good engine. So he's a lot of fun in Thanos. Like, I've been having a lot of fun playing Thanos the last couple of days.
For sure. I'm doing Thanos with Okoye and Phastos.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. When both of them are played like on curve, it feels really nice because your stones are like not bad anymore.
Yeah, it's so nice to have.
I think
them
that's its best home, for sure. Yeah,
that's what it seems like, and the deck is pretty damn good. Like, you know, it's not like broken by any means, but like it feels good. It doesn't feel like a shit deck. It feels like a good deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess NerfHerder, the question is, Phastos, is it worth it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like any deck that he would go in, you could just play the Phastos less version, and like you said, you're probably not going to notice the difference.
Yeah.
If you could rate him Astos, Smashtos, or Halfstos, what would you rate out of those 3?
Halfstos.
Halfstos. That's what I figured.
That was very well put, dude.
Just kind of a kind of meh kind of card that's maybe kind of good, but
yeah,
not,
it's
not breaking the game.
It's the embodiment of like great sometimes, bad sometimes, which means it's okay.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a lot better than he is, because just like you never know with these stupid like discount effects, like how good they're going to be. Who's he? He's with Corvus and Spider-Ham.
Yeah,
I mean, Corvus, like they're underwhelming in my opinion. Like not like any must-haves in this Spotlight Cash. You know, this whole week could be skippable, especially if you don't care about discard or ramp. You know, otherwise Corvus is really good. Spider-Ham's all right, but not like a must-have kind of card.
Yeah, you just play Iceman's, whatever.
Yeah, and I think he's Series 4 anyway, right? You can just 3,000 tokens.
I have no idea.
I don't know either, but
yeah, I don't know, man. That's an old one, Spider-Ham.
Yeah. I know Jeff's 6K still, so. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Second Dinner is doing a pretty good job recently of like making cards that are pretty good, pretty interesting. Make decks that they're in better, but not like you need them. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's weird saying like Phastos isn't that great, but yeah, you're exactly right. All the cards they've made since like Loki have been like, they're okay. And that's what you want for a new card. You don't want every single week the meta being completely fucked. So
yeah, the last really broken one was like Red Hulk probably, right? But they like down. Yeah. Like Red Hulk was like fucking ridiculous when they brought him out. But like, you know, after that, like, you know, all these cards are just like
I throw Mockingbird in that category of just like totally cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think either of them are like warping the meta or anything like that. You can still do other things.
You can for sure, but Mockingbird's been at the top for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good card. But yeah, but it's like the last few that they released, like Phastos. What were the couple ones before? I can't even fucking think about it now.
Makari, Athena, and Gilgamesh.
Yeah. I guess Athena's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's all right.
But like, they're not cards that you need.
I mean, they're not like Red Hulk, not anything close to like Red Hulk. Just totally break the game. They come out. That's all you can play. I mean, you could kind of play anything still, which is really nice. Like, It's not like you have to play Red Hulk or you lose. Basically, like none of these cards are like that. Even Thena, like Thena's great, but you don't have to play Thena. And you could just play like a Shadow King or like a Zoo or something, you know.
Even Makari, honestly, Makari's been a lot better than I thought. Like I thought Makari was gonna be fucking dog shit.
Called
but
it.
She's like, yeah, you called War Machine too, you fucking dick. You know what? You were so right about those. You're gonna fucking make America great again. All right, that's how right you were. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like she's pretty good. I was having a lot of fun with Makari too, and I picked her up. I thought she was gonna be shit, and I'm like, you know what? I want to prove myself wrong. I'm just gonna pick up this card and fucking see what happens.
What a mindset! This card's gonna be shit, so I have to buy it.
But it seemed interesting though, you know.
Yeah.
Kid's got like too many tokens at this point.
Yeah,
he's got to spend them.
It's ridiculous.
It's just math.
But like Nomura, I don't like Nomura. I'll die on that hill. I don't think Nomura is good, and she doesn't seem interesting at all. Like I got to keep one card in each lane. Fuck that. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah,
like Makari just plays herself when she runs out on the board. It's like, all right, it's kind of a cool effect.
Cool animation too. I do like her animation. Yeah, pretty sweet.
So, I don't know. That was a good card. But yeah, I love it. What kind of other decks are you playing in the meta? What are you seeing? Yeah, you.
So I haven't been playing much. So to be perfectly clear, I haven't played or posted a lot this month because when the Marvel Rivals beta like ended or the alpha, I kind of had withdrawals, so I started playing Overwatch 2 because they're similar. And
nice.
So I've been playing like Snap maybe like an hour a day at the most, and Overwatch for the rest of the time. But so far this season, I've been playing a lot of Shauna. Weirdly enough, Shauna Gilgamesh basically, and the Thanos Phastos stuff since Phastos came out. That's pretty much the only two decks I've been rocking.
Yeah. How do you like Marvel Rivals? How's that game?
Oh, so much fun. I mean, obviously there's balance issues and some annoying things about it, but dude, have you ever played Overwatch or any like hero shooter like that?
No, not really.
I never got super into shooters. Yeah,
I've done like the PUBG stuff.
Oh yeah, they're not really similar, but it's super duper fun. Try it out when it comes out for sure.
Yeah, Overwatch was like the only Blizzard game probably I didn't play, honestly.
Okay.
Like Hearthstone, I got into
Diablo. I don't think you ever played Diablo either.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Diablo, I never really played, but yeah, like Heroes of the Storm, and then Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 1. I guess those are the games that I played.
You're dating yourself with that one, dude.
Brood War, baby.
You.
That's it. Yeah, we had me no big deal. We had fucking clans, like we
Top Gun clan.
Yeah, Top Gun clan. We had like bots and stuff back in we didn't even know what the fuck a bot was. Who knows the hell they were? Like, there's some weird programs. We probably got so many viruses on our computer from that shit. Like,
there's AI battles in StarCraft 2 and 1 now, like where people try to make the best AI and play against each other. Yeah, and tournaments and stuff.
Who was the original AI they made for StarCraft 2 that was on the ladder and stuff?
Alpha Star.
Name of Alpha Star, that's it. Yeah. I've watched Alpha Star videos. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's like unlimited micro. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
They had to cap the APM on it because it's like there's no way anyone could ever win. Like, because it was going to unlimited APM, but they capped it because they're like, all right, they got to have the people got like a chance of beating this thing.
Yeah, it was doing things with like 3 stalkers that most people couldn't do with like 15. But anyways, we're getting this is not
yeah. But we digress. Well,
to your point, I mean, it's the Filthy Casual podcast. You were saying you're playing like maybe an hour a day. That's probably more than me and the kid play, honestly. I mean, I'm lucky if I get up to 40 minutes in a day personally.
All right.
Some days are 0 minutes,
yeah, that's way more than I play.
Yeah. We don't play that much. So.
I'm like a fucking toilet player, that amount of time basically. I sneak in a game here and there whenever I can. That's why I never fucking play Conquest. I don't have the time to do it, man.
Yeah, I can't stand Conquest.
I got to sit down, and that's why I just wait till Tuesday morning and just snap my way to victory. Every round is a fucking snap. I don't even care. I lose.
I used to grind Conquest on the weekends, but yeah, I'm kind of been over it for 2-3 months now. Just doesn't feel like it used to,
Yeah.
The novelty has worn out for me, and it's kind of like, all right, am I gonna really go hard for this variant? Like, it's a variant, whatever.
Yeah, no. Aside from the things, aside from those, there's no reason whatsoever. So
yeah,
no, exactly. I just been like a proving ground hero the last like few weeks. Like I don't even really play ladder, and I just I have like 50 silver tickets like for no reason. I just go in proving grounds to do dailies and shit, and just fuck around and be an idiot. But that's hilarious. Anyways, no big deal. You want to talk about some decks, man? I know you.
Yeah, I do have a nice brew. Well, I will say, like, I do want to go over like a nice kingpin brew. I know last time NerfHerder was on here, he was pumping Staggy. So I mean, this is the first time I've really played around with the card, and he feels really good with the move to the right. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with Staggy. But I do want to shout out my highest cube rate deck, and I don't know if it was on Cozy's podcast there. And so, could be a Cozy deck, could be somebody else's that he didn't say whose it was. But I don't know if you guys have seen his Toxic Surfer deck. It's just disgusting. Like I don't need to go, deck by card by card. It's the same Toxic Surfer deck that's been around.
Yeah.
It's got like Magic, and it's got Psylocke in there. You could do like Psylocke on 3 into Sarah on 4, and just do some really nasty shit with like Odin, Wong Hazmat, and it's just like a Hazmat. You pump the opponent. It's by far my highest cube deck this season. Like I think I played 20 games with it. I think I have 4 8-cube wins on the 20 games. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't know. People are just staying in the game. They see Wong Mystique and they're not leaving. I don't know what's happening. And I'm in like the 2K rank. So I'm at 2800 rank right now. And these guys are not like leaving the game on Wong Mystique with no counters. I don't know, man. So
it's stubbornness, because whenever you look at that deck, you're like, this sucks. Why is it like beating me right now? And then you do the Wong Mystique stuff and you lose, and you're like, fuck.
It's like,
I don't know.
What are they doing?
It's a stubbornness.
They have 3. They played 3 cards, like Luke Cage, Wong Mystique, and they're snapping. Like, there's 3 cards on the board.
It's just you just look at the deck. You're like, there's no way this is good. And then the cards get played against you, and you're like, there's no way I'm losing this fucking noob trash. And then you get wrecked. And I'm the person that stays in the game because I'm stubborn. I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna win.
It's wild, man. So, and it's got the Surfer stuff. Like it has Silver Surfer Brew too. So you got a couple backup plans in there. Ironheart's in there, so you could do the Ironheart bullshit too. So you got a few ways. Absorbing Man too. So like copy the if you don't get a Mystique, you could Absorbing Man. So a lot of cool stuff. So that deck I would recommend if anyone wants to climb. You're looking for a fast climb. The like pyramid scheme guys, you got to get rich fast. You got to get rich fast. Like I think the Toxic Surf deck is like the, buy this shit coin, buy this shitty crypto, and it's going to the moon, to the moon, boys. Like, so that's Toxic Surf deck to the fucking moon. So
I think Gregor made that popular. I think he popularized it last season or the season before or something. But who knows? I'm sure 1,000 people made it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go over the OTAs first before going to these decks because they have the new cards in them?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
OTAs are bumping.
OTAs are fucking bumping.
Ooh, Phastos and Negative is actually pretty good too. Anyways, I just had
we'll go over some decks. Phastos Negative, that'd be pretty fun actually.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, they had a little bullshit patch a few days ago. Just preparing the season for Deadpool or whatever, and Deadpool's Diner, all that fun stuff,
and alliances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alliances will be end of July, right?
I don't know.
Me neither, but that's the thing I'm most stoked about is alliances.
Yeah, I think they said July 30th is when they want to have them released, and they said that last month, which is gonna be pretty fucking sweet. Yeah, I'm pumped for those. That's gonna be fun just to have just to dick around in a chat with a bunch of people and you get to pick, hey bro, I'm gonna do this reward, don't worry, and no big deal, you do the fucking Wolverine reward or whatever.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to log in aside from grinding. You just want to talk to your friends or whatever.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's really anything in the patch too much, just some visual effects, that kind of stuff. But then the OTAs came on Thursday. And decent OTA, I think, overall. But, we'll go through everything. Not a massive one like last week or the week before, whatever that was. That fucking monstrosity that changed everything. They nerfed Angela here. She was a 2/0 after you play a card here, +2 power. Now a 2/3 after you play a card here, +1 power. What do you boys think?
Go ahead, Nerfer.
I mean, yeah, obviously this is a huge nerf. It's not going to totally kill the card, though. I think people like overreact to this sort of thing a little too much. But before it would get to like 8, 10 power like every game, now it's going to get to 6, 7, or 8. So technically, it's still like probably one of the better 2-drops in the game in decks that would want her anyways. But yeah, it's a big nerf.
Yeah, big nerf, and higher floor at least. If she gets Shadow Kinged, at least you keep 3 of the power. Yeah, she's definitely going to be weaker, but yeah, just like you said, the decks that she's going in, they were pretty damn good decks. So they still have Thena, who gets plus fucking 3. So you don't need Angela and Thena. You don't need both of them. She's still going to be good. She's not going to be as good. She's fine. I like this change a lot.
The main thing that annoys me is the Ravonna, Athena, Angela decks. It doesn't, like with those decks, you could go like Ravonna on 2, and then on turn 3, you could go like a 2-drop plus Angela or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore though. But here they say 20% of all games had Angela. Jesus Christ.
That sounds low to me. I was higher than that.
Right. Which is absurd. So yeah, it deserved it. She deserved it.
Yeah, I think everyone was just having withdrawals from her from nerfing when they nerfed her before. Yeah. Everyone's just like, all right, she's back. We're putting her in every deck because it's fun. It's fun to watch your cards build up
too, right? Everybody has the card, Angela, right? She's an early pool card, so
yeah.
Like,
no big deal. What do you think, bro?
Well, it's funny. Like, I don't want to throw out terms like it's the dead card now. Like I don't sound like a clickbaity dude like I did last week with Prof X. I'm like just a dead card. I try to save it for like when I actually think a cut, like they just neutered a card and it's just dead. And I did say that last time they did the Angela change, but last time they moved her to a 2/2 +1, and I thought that this is a dead card. It's just not worth it. Like you could play a 2/5 pretty easily in Marvel Snap, and so like a 2/2 Angela, like with all the work you just to get her to a 5, like that sounds kind of bad. I think this is not a dead card, Angela. But I think she's like just a fine card now, probably. Like you play her in the Kitty shell, she's still gonna get 6, 7 power, and that's pretty good. Like a 2/6, a 2/7. There's not a whole lot of cards in the game that you just spend 2 energy, you get 6, 7 power, right? Like you have to kind of pop off on a big combo or like a Morbius or like some crazy collector like Wong, something crazy because
Bastard Mysterio or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bast Mysterio. Yeah, it's a good call. But yeah, so I think 2/6, 2/7. It's a good nerf. This card was broken at a 2/0 +2 in my opinion. I think always has been, and I was happy they nerfed it the first time. I just thought they were a little harsh. I always thought they would go to like maybe 2 -2. I always thought that was an interesting direction they could have gone with this card. Like have to do even an extra jump to even get her to 0. Like start at -2. Let's see what happens. But yeah, they went kind of bitch direction with it. Honestly, is a little bit a little weaker, less fun of a card, and it's okay. I think it's just a fine card.
That would actually be good, like numerically like balanced for Angela if it was like -2. But it's just a little weird because the only negative power cards in the game are like a Mr. Negative and the goblins and stuff. So it would just be awkward for Angela, like an angel, to be negative power. It'd be like, what? But anyways,
send her over with a Nihilist.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
Next level.
I love it.
Celine Angela, send over that -5. Let's go.
So that's stupid.
Hilarious.
Ship it.
I think she's gonna. I think she's a fine card still. She's gonna be fun. And they've introduced more cards that can move like Nocturne and stuff like that. And then I think Kitty's a little bit stronger too than the last time. Then they give Kitty a power since the recent Angela buff and nerf. Wasn't Kitty like 1/1? Now she's a 1/2 or something.
No, it was a 1/0 +1, I think.
Oh, now it's a 1/1.
Yeah, now it's a 1/1.
Yeah. They did give her a point of power, so I mean, I think she's fine. Hercules was a 4/7. Yes, now is a 3/4. Yeah, huge buff to Hercules. What do you guys think?
Skip.
I think.
You go ahead. No, you go ahead. Because all I'm going to say about Hercules is I don't care what they do with this card. I'm never playing it.
Oh, okay. I've been messing around a bit with it already. I didn't want to go move though. I don't love this plain Human Torch right now. There's just a lot of Killmonger, a lot of Surfer, just a lot of there's that Mockingbird Sasquatch deck like that's just killing everybody at the top of the meta there. That's another Killmonger deck, to kill a Mockingbird or whatever. So traditional kind of bounce move with Human Torch just feels really hard to play. So but the 3/4 Hercules is really interesting. I mean, I was even messing around with him in a Kingpin move deck. Like you put your Craven, one spot, but then you put Hercules somewhere else, and say like your Spider-Man like 50/50s their card, but if it doesn't go into Craven, it goes into Hercules instead, who maybe kicks it into your Craven or Kingpin, and you kind of just like you're just really moving their shit all over the place. Like Silk, you want your Silk to jump to Craven, but sometimes Silk jumps to the other location, the Hercules, but get her out of there, maybe. So
very cute.
As a 3/4, you actually can kind of get away with it. Like you could do this kind of random shit, but it seems just like kind of really unnecessary in that deck. And but like in traditional move, I mean, I think this is a massive buff to the deck and a really cool change, and I love it personally.
Yeah, the changes they made with the move, the way things move, how move always resolves first, I think makes it so that you can't get a bounce on turn 3. I think if you're moving something, or like when you put it down, the first turn you put it down, I don't think you can get a bounce off of it. So I think it was kind of needed when they fucked with move the other week to drop it a power, because then if it was a 4-drop, then you can't do anything until turn 5. Like it could be a 4/12, and then, probably still be shit. But yeah, so this was definitely needed. I haven't messed around with it too much. I probably will at some point, but yeah, I don't know. Some people seem to be having fun with it, but it just seems okay. It doesn't seem like, I feel like it's not going to be a great card still, but I would be happy to be wrong, because he seems like a fun guy to punch everything around. I always thought it would be cool to have him and then play Prof X on top of him. That way people can't move shit into the Prof X lane. I think someone mentioned that at one point. That's a hilarious thing.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that's funny. I think there's someone in our comments the other week or something. No big deal. I forget who the fuck.
Yeah. That was a Sardines.
It was fucking genius.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit! I didn't even think about that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, the curve too. The force is almost better with the 4/7 though. At least you get some power in that lane, right? You get a 4/7, then you play a 5/2 on top. At least that's 9 power, right? And it's a little trickier now, I guess. But I don't know how much you want to commit to the Prof X lane, the 5/2.
That's hilarious though. This one of the bigger changes of the week. Kingpin was a 2/3, now it's a 1/2. You can just slide this motherfucker anywhere now.
Yeah.
No big deal. What do you think, dude? You're this guy. You've been playing him.
Yeah, so this is all I've been really playing the last couple of days here. Since the change on Thursday. So yeah, I guess last 24 hours, but yesterday and today. And it feels really good. Like I was a little worried about the Killmonger stuff, but God, even if he procs once and then he dies to Killmonger, like you're still pretty happy with that. It's just really nice that I felt like before Thena was power creep on Kingpin, like on the 2/3 Kingpin, like there's just no reason to ever play that card over Athena. So like Athena is just so much more power, like reliably over the Kingpin. But now playing Craven, Thena, and Kingpin all in the same deck because he's 1-drop and you can do that. And he actually pairs really well with Thena because he's a 1-drop. So you play like Kingpin Juggernaut on the same turn. You could play Kingpin Spider-Man, maybe turn 5 you play like Kingpin right Stegron. Stegron always hits the card into the Kingpin, so that's just like guaranteed Kingpin value on that turn. That's like a 9 power turn, and you kind of fuck with their board. So then you're Miles Morales. The next card goes to 6, and you're kind of off to the races. So really interesting. Like fits the curve great. Kind of pumps Thena now. And I think the deck now I think feels like a legitimately good deck, and I've always felt like it was kind of on that like tier 2, tier 3 level, but it feels like it can compete with the big boys now.
That's great. Again, yeah, I haven't played any Kingpin. He seems pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this change. You showed me your deck. You were showing me screenshots. I'm pretty excited to start playing it. But yeah, NerfHerder, have you tried this guy?
For like a couple of games. I tried like the more standard variation. Like I wasn't doing Thena. I was just doing like Magneto, Arrow, Stegron, Juggernaut, Polaris alongside it, and it was all right. I don't think I've played enough to make a decision yet, but it can't be worse.
I'll say I definitely like the change a lot. It's not something where I'm like scratching my head like, what the fuck are they doing here? This is ridiculous. Like this seems just like a better card straight up. Like any of these like little shit move cards that have this kind of stuff, like the lower power there or lower cost there, the better.
Yep.
It doesn't interfere with the turn 2 Craven, right? Like you could play Kingpin on 1, Craven on 2. Like that's just ridiculous, and you couldn't do it before, and it was just awkward, you know. So the curve is really nice, and just think of it this way too: if he procs twice, he's a 1/6. If he procs 3 times, he's a 1/8. 1/8 is ridiculous, and you absolutely can get him to proc 3 times in this deck. So like really really interesting, with clogging too. So. And a nice thing with like the pairing with Stegron too is nice because the Stegron power is not committed to the Kingpin lane. So you don't have to like overcommit to one lane ever. So you can, Stegron pumps your lane, and then you could cannonball the Stegron lane because they're already clogged on the Kingpin lane. So it's just really, really powerful stuff you can do now with these cards.
Are you doing Magneto really and Arrow?
Yeah, I play an Arrow as well. Yeah.
And Magneto?
No.
Yeah.
You don't have Magneto in your deck, do you?
Yeah.
Oh shit, shit, son. Have you ever done the? I hate
my
you.
best Magneto impression.
Have you ever done like a Kingpin Arrow on the same turn?
Same turn? No, I haven't.
Like turn 6, like Kingpin Arrow, bring their shit into the arrow lane and -3.
No, it's great, but no, I haven't done the same turn yet. No,
that's great. Right,
you could Kingpin Cannonball too, though.
Scared the shit out of me.
Gotta protect the house. No, yeah, you could Kingpin like I've done Kingpin Cannonball. Like most of the time, you want to. I'm finding, at least with my deck, since I have Cannonball and Magneto in the deck, that I'm playing Arrow just straight up on 5 most of the time, at least for me.
Cool.
Yeah, you know, which maybe for better or for worse, I don't know. Maybe the one thing I'm missing Polaris in mine, so maybe switch out Arrow for Polaris. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going with the low curve with like no Magneto, Arrow's my top end, and then playing Juggernaut, Nocturne, Polaris, and Werewolf by Night.
Oh, Werewolf, nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
I don't want the Werewolf. That's sick. Yeah, you get more power out than I can for sure.
Yeah, sorry about that. My dog was sleeping next to me, and then my wife got home. So I hear the garage, and it's like, "Mom's home. Get the fuck over there and start barking as loud as you fucking can for whatever
what the dog
reason."
doing?
Yeah, I don't know. She was just sleeping. Now she's out of the room. So sorry. Scare the shit out of everyone. Miles Morales, 4-5, now a 4-6. I like this change. I think it's great. He didn't feel good enough as a 4-5, you know?
Yeah.
Even like I think the next one they got to do is Stature's got to be back to a 1-7.
Yeah.
Right?
Like yes. No, it is a 1-7. Wait, is it? No, it's 6. 6 power right now, right?
Yeah, they gave Black Bolt his point back.
Stature 7.
Oh, was it Stature they did? Oh yeah, Black Bolt's the one they did.
Black Bolt's got to get pumped. Yeah.
They de-pumped both of those, but
Black Bolt's only 7. You're right. Black Bolt's got to go back to 8. I think that's the change for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
7 Stature's great though. 7.
Yeah. Cards that can use 1 power, like definitely that one. This guy definitely could. Like, I haven't played him, but like I will play No Big Deal's list. He just seems like a 1/6 seems pretty sweet for like really no costs to, you know, you're moving everything in that deck. So it's pretty. It's almost every turn he's going to be a 1/6, and it's a nice amount of power to play, man. And it's a 1/6, doesn't get killed by Killmonger. So
yeah, like barely any effort too. You could just play Nocturne and Jeff, and it's like, yeah, you could justify Miles Morales.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a 1/6 is sick. That's a demon that can't get Killmongered.
Yeah,
it's awesome. He's good. Yeah, he should be in more decks, man. Now with this buff, it's funny. Like 1 power, just really like. You wouldn't think it makes a big deal, but like, like a 4, like when he's a 1/5, it kind of felt like shit. But like a 1/6 feels pretty good. I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. What have you thought about him? No big deal.
Yeah, I love it, man. Like He didn't feel great. Even it's funny. At least I'm happy they're sympathetic to the C5 boys. They actually mention it in the thing. C5. But this C5 deck has felt really bad since they changed Alioth from not being a 5 power card. Honestly, Alioth was the key to that deck in my opinion. Like just the absolute menace. Playing him for like in like a 9 power Alioth, like what he used to do, just absolutely ridiculous. Like you could just be behind like 7 in a lane, throw an Alioth, blow up all their shit, like just absolute. Yeah, I mean we all know what Alioth used to do, but
egregious.
That was that as a 5 power card in the Cerebro deck with Miles Morales, all the move stuff was insane. But ever since then, I haven't felt the deck very good, so I'm happy they don't care about that and give him move something. I mean, I think even the bounce move, like, traditional vulture dagger, whatever, like, I think they could really use this card too. And in the 5 power, just kind of taking up a little bit of space, but 6 feels like it's actually doing something. And at least in the deck I've been playing him with, like really easy to pair with Thena, which is really nice. When he's 1 power, just like, turn 4, you play like Miles Morales, Spider-Man, like and then Thena goes up by 3, like that just feels amazing. And if you get anything going into the Craven lane, like you're pumping.
Yeah, it's great. I love how they're buffing move. Like, I just love how they're buffing move, and there's like more move cards coming out in a few months.
And that's another card too, kid. Like you're mentioning, you could play with Arrow or Cannonball on the last turn, right? Or even just a Stegron, Miles Morales turn. Like that's really powerful. That's like 13 power.
Yeah.
Yeah, these cards that cost 1 that you can put a decent amount of power just feel great to play like on like the last turn, like if you're playing with Arrow or Cannonball, like just throwing an extra thing down. Mm-hmm. Titania is one of those cards too. Yeah, that it always fucks me, but like I like have to play it on the last turn, like it's the last card, or else I'm like screwed. Or if I'm just like in a ridiculous mood, I just throw her out on turn 1 sometimes and like let's see what happens.
Dude, so there's a general rule for Titania is I hear that a lot. It's like complicated or tricky to play. If you're the first one to play into that lane, you're usually okay. Because then they play and it goes to their side, then you play, it goes to your side. And then they play, they have 3, you have 2, and then you can take it back. So you would have 3 and they would have 3. So if they play a card to fill up the lane, they're clogged, you keep your Titania. So the general rule for Titania, real simple, just play it on an empty lane or a lane that you have more cards than them at. And generally you will keep it.
That's great. For the general population, I will all the time fuck it up. And they'll end up with my Titania.
How do you fuck that up? The kid's looking at the board and he's like, let's see, they have 2, I have 1. Yeah, let's play it.
I'm like, I'm going to play fucking Killmonger. Just kill it all.
Find a way to minus 10 power swing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Miles Morales, dude, good change. I'm excited to see more of this card. High Evo was a 4/4, now is a 4/6. So he's like not a complete dog shit pile of garbage. He's just okay, I guess. And yeah, I don't know.
So are you still going to play this card ever?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be happier to play him now when I have to play him.
I guess, but that happened like once every 20 games or something. I guess that's okay. But I saw this and I was like, thanks for nothing. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't.
Yeah, there's usually a lot better stuff that you want to do other than play like a 4/6 nothing on the board. Some decks don't even play the thing. Who's a 4/6 that negatively afflicts power, right? Like
right,
some of the Haivo decks don't even play that, because they don't want to play that card.
I haven't considered that at all, but it's like, did they not think about that at all?
Yeah.
But hey, guys, we already have the same exact card that does something better, and still no one plays it. Yeah, that's so stupid.
This change would have been sick like 4 or 5 months ago when Lockjaw was still in the meta, when there was like those high evil Lockjaw decks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes high evil would come out of the Lockjaw lane and it's like a 4/4. You're like, fuck, that's fucking bullshit. You'd be so pissed. A 4/6 coming out of the Lockjaw, I'd be a little bit happier about.
Yeah, true.
Be a little bit less sad.
I agree with NerfHerder at 100%. As this is a nothing change to me. I don't know, man. I think if they pump them up to 8 or 9 power, like maybe we're kind of talking, at that point. But it's like it's something. But like a 4/6 is brutal, man. This is White Queen without stealing a card, and White Queen is awful. So, I mean, this is like shittier than White Queen, shittier than vanilla thing because I mean, you know, it has text on it, right? So it's not like it could get a Patriot buff or something like that. You play it on the Washington DC or whatever. So I don't even think you get the boost from DC on this card like you would with the thing. So it's like worse than the vanilla 4/6 thing. So it's a bad card.
Yeah, I think they should just revert the Hulk change. Like start reverting some of those afflict changes that were really good back in the day, but like now this deck is like not that great, and it's nice for like newer players to like pick up high evo and have a half decent deck. I guess it's still half decent. It's not like dog shit deck, but like, you know, this isn't going to help it out.
They do say at the end of this paragraph here, we're also looking at other changes that will impact the archetype.
Oh, good.
So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because they released like the Blob after they nerfed the high evil Hulk, you know, and the Hulk was like a 670. So like, come on, guys! Like, and then they like Red Hulk. I guess Red Hulk they nerfed a little bit, but like, I don't know. I think High Evil Hulk they could make him another big boy.
I don't know. I don't totally agree with that. I do think that the Wasp and the Hulk were completely busted on release, like just like out of control, like just
on release. This is before Blob.
And with the old Lockjaw
like,
too.
Yes, I mean, and old Lockjaw.
Yeah, but it was like by far the best 6-drop in the game on release. Like the Hulk, like it wasn't even close. Like it was 22 power every game. It was fucking stupid.
That's nothing nowadays.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying if they're gonna buff high evo, I'd like them to look at the other cards personally. Like the thing, like you brought up, like what we could buff the thing. Like I don't know why they got this vanilla stat line in their head. Like it matters. Like it doesn't fucking matter. You could put them to 7 power. Like it's not gonna do anything. You know.
The only ones they could buff are.
Patriot. Like who cares?
Yeah, yeah. The only things that could buff though are the Thing and Shocker, really.
Yeah. Well, and I would love to see that. Like, and even Misty Knight. I think you buff Misty Knight too.
Nah, she's good. What would they make her? Like a 1/3 or something?
1/3 maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. All right. Well, yeah, that would give you more reason to play it outside that deck. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, Misty Shocker thing. I mean, that's I'd love to see a buff on all 3 of those cards. Let's see what happens. Like Shocker, you go to a 2/4 for sure.
Yeah, I like when some of these like budget kind of quote unquote budget decks are relatively competitive. Like people can like win a lot of the time with them if you play well.
Yeah,
it's kind of not. I mean, I'm fucking have basically every card except Nomura. Fuck that card, but like I still like seeing decks that are like like this and people having fun with the game. Mm-hmm. And it sucks that High Evo has fallen off completely because there's so much better cards in the game now, and it's like it's nice to see them give a little bit of love. So hopefully they do keep changing this archetype because man, he is one of the funnest archetypes. And I will say, like, best 6,000 tokens you could spend is High Evolutionary if you don't have this card.
For sure,
great fucking card.
This card being good is the best thing new players could get.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah, 100%. No, I like to see some more buffs to it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this one and then probably Kang is the number 2. Anyways, Nick Fury.
Kang.
I still don't have that card.
I'm just waiting for the day that I see Kang on one of these changes. I'm gonna go fucking nuts. It's gonna be great.
Oh god, it's gonna hurt my wallet. So it's minus 6K tokens for me.
We got Nick Fury. The boy was a 4/5, and now it's a 4/6. No big deal. You're kind of a fan of this card, dude. What do you think of this?
I don't know, man. I don't think it's enough. Like, it's tough. I'm pumped to try them out in Arishem decks. I kind of want to do some collector stuff, but we'll talk about that at the end. I kind of bounce some ideas off NerfHerder and the kid here on some Arishem, some brews. See if we can get some sauce going when the card comes out. But yeah, I mean 4/6 Nick Fury again. It's a really bad stat line. So it's like you better be doing some like busted effect if you're gonna be a 4/6. Like it's got to be a super high impact effect, and his effect is he puts 3 6-drops in your hand. So like, what are you gonna do? Maybe play one of them if you have Quinjet early, but it's a random 6-drop. Like how Valentina is. Like most of the time, it's like null and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So like, okay, you get a Helicarrier. You play a Helicarrier on turn 5 with Quinjet, like there you go. You played a 5/10. Like congrats. Like you're probably putting out more than 10 power on turn 5. So I don't think it's enough. But it's nice they're buffing Nick Fury. Hey, I can't complain with that.
Yeah, why not? This is one of those why not things.
Yeah.
All this does really though is make me wonder how White Queen was ever meta at one point.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I wish they made some of those cards better. Like White Queen's just straight up just fucking steal the highest cost card in your opponent's
Oh, that'd
hand.
be
Like
kind of
take
sick.
it from their hand.
Yeah, they should
Yeah,
take
I
it. Yeah, she
actually
should
love
just
that.
fucking
That sounds
take it.
sick.
You lose a card, this is mine now.
All right.
Yeah.
That
This
would be
mine
cool.
now.
Maybe make her a
Yeah.
4/5. You know, maybe she doesn't have to be a 4/6. But 4/6 not a great fucking stat line.
Throw in the Zemo deck. Throw in like a Baron Zemo deck.
Oh,
Fucking
that'd be hilarious, man. People
you
would
start
fucking
bombing their early
rage.
stuff, and then you just steal their big stuff. White Queen.
People get so mad.
White
They
Queen
already hate
absorbing
Mill
man.
as it is.
I was gonna say, NerfHerder, you have to make a new video about that shit. People get so fucking pissed. You know, I try and tell people, like, I don't know what, like, people get so mad. I've had people message me about, like, getting mad about Mill and stuff. I'm like, okay, listen, just, like, you gotta adjust your mindset. Like, when you end a normal game of Marvel Snap, you have 3 cards left in your deck that you're not drawing. So they need to mill 4 or more cards for it to even have a fucking impact on you.
Yeah.
So if they mill, like, 3 of your cards, just pretend that you were never going to draw those cards to begin with, right? Like, you were just never going to draw them to begin with, and you're playing a normal game of Marvel Snap, and you're fine. You know, if they get the God draw and they get 4, then it's like, all right, fine. Then you lost like 1 total, and you're still probably okay.
Maybe the people that get mad about it are the kind of people who run combo decks and stuff like that anyway, where like they rely on 1 or 2 cards to win. So
Yeah, probably.
that's why it makes them super angry. But you
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing that. Just don't do that, and you won't get mad.
Yeah, that's why I can't play Phoenix Force in this fucking meta. Too much Gladiator and Killmonger, and I'm like,
Right? Yeah.
I'm getting fucking wrecked with that deck, dude. It's been fucking crazy. I'm like, I can't play this deck right now. The meta's not ready for that deck. But yeah. Anyways, Nick Fury. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, what the fuck? What are they? This card? I don't know, man.
As NBD would say, what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
That is what I would say. That's true.
It is true. Like, I don't know. Okay, sure. The game of power. It's not gonna do shit. No one's gonna play this fucking card. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm surprised there wasn't more hate about this change that I saw. I didn't see anyone. I didn't see a lot of like people going fucking nuts for this change, which I thought was gonna happen. Eliath is a 6'8" to a 6'10". They gave him 2 power. I love this change. Eliath's fucking sick right now. He's a good card. And, you know, this is kind of almost like good and bad. I mean, obviously it's good. It's nothing bad about the card. The change is good. It only makes the card better, obviously. But I think it's bad in the sense that I was starting to sneak him in decks here and there over the last week or so. And just he still had that surprise factor. You know, people do not expect this card anymore. And you could steal cubes with this card. Now they made him, 6'10", which is it's a decent stat line for like what he does. I think we'll see more of him, so people might be expecting him more. But this is great. I love this.
I don't know, man. I think he might keep his surprise. I don't know if people are going to start just playing Eliath.
Yeah.
A 6'10" is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a cool change. I like it. I think people are not mad about the card. You know, kind of similar to Leech. You know, they changed Leech. It doesn't just totally nuke your hand now. It's like only on reveals, right? So, you can still kind of play the game. And I think Elias the same thing, where it's like, if your cards have some base power, like you don't lose your cards like you used to. Like at least you get to keep your cards, right? So, it's just that if they're an on reveal card or something, or maybe a crucial like an onslaught or something, then you lose. But it's kind of like touche if they kind of predict where you're going to have to play your crucial card with a crucial effect. But if not, then if you're playing stats, then it doesn't do anything, and you're just playing a 6'10", or a 6'8" earlier. So I guess I think they just don't get as mad at this new card design, and I guess that's a good thing. That's props to Second Dinner for doing that. The game, you basically made the game more fun. So good shit.
Yeah, you're 100% on all that. It's a good. I don't care if it's 8 or 10 power either way. Like its effect is in a good spot because you're just ruining. Sort of like with the mill thing, you're ruining decks that, like you said, rely on 1 or 2 cards to win the game. And I personally am not a player who does that sort of thing. So anytime I see an Eliath, I'm like, oh shit, didn't matter.
Yeah. It's great.
But yeah, I also don't think a lot of people are going to be playing it. It's just, which is a good thing. It's the spot where not a lot of people play it.
Yeah.
But the people who do are happy with it. So yeah, we're good.
It's great. And I will say this. I was waiting for this, when we got to this change, like no big deal when you're playing these like fucking surfer decks with
with solos,
or like Wong, or you're playing like Wong, like Mystique, like honestly, I'm surprised that you haven't got. I've stolen 8 cubes so many times because they think they're gonna pop off with surfer.
I ran into 0.
Yeah, like I'm like I see that and then they snap and I lick my lips, dude. I'm like I just gotta have priority for turn 6 and they're
get that
done.
Birdman going.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, if you snap back, I will just leave for 2. Like, it's okay. You know, I'll even if I snapped, you know, like I'll give up my 2 cubes. I was like, okay, they have a Cosmo or a Magneto or something. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's an Alive or not.
Yeah.
You know, but so, you know, at least if you see me, like, take 4, you can get 4 cubes from me. But if you snap on like 5, I'm out.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a good tech card that stops certain things and keeps a check on nonsense.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know, these OTAs are pretty good. Nothing like too crazy, but like they made some interesting changes. Some like Nick Fury, like whatever, like well, I don't know, okay. But you know, Angela, those decks needed to be brought down a little bit of a peg. They brought those decks down a little bit, not too bad. They're still probably going to be the best decks in the game, quite honestly. And yeah, I don't know, that's great.
Yeah, Angelo's getting out of control. It's good they hit the Ange, man. Everything was just Angela, you know, plus whatever the hell else you want to play. So
yeah, I think you're right though. They're going to stay the best decks in the game because in every card game I've ever played, the best decks are usually like the small ball decks that give you a lot of value for as little investment as possible. And yeah, it's still fine there.
Yeah, they got all the early scalers. We lost those for a few months. That's when Thanos took over. Speaking of Thanos, let's talk about Phastos. This is probably the best home for this card. Anyways, I don't know if it's the best home for this card, but it's definitely the most fun that I've had with this card. And this is the list that I've actually loved playing. I had a ton of fun with this list. I found it on Untapped. It's Jeff, Mobius, Phastos, Red Guardian, Hope Summer, Shang-Chi, Call Obsidian, Vision, Mockingbird, Blob, Eliath, Thanos. It's just great. Mobius is awesome in this meta because you know all the Destroy players get sad with death, and then you know all the Mockingbird players get sad with Mobius. And it's pretty easy to play him.
Too, yeah.
And then if you get Phastos on 3, it's wild, man. Because then you get the stones, and then the stones just even Phastos on 4 is fine because you play them with stones and they all draw a card basically now, which is awesome. And so yeah, they just end up getting all these buffed and free stones, and it's like it's a sick deck. It's fun. It's fun to play Thanos again. I kind of miss this deck, you know. I like it. I don't know. Have you guys played Thanos? Anything like this?
I will say, if you take out Cole Obsidian here and put in Rogue, you are the biggest scumbag ever.
What?
Mobius, Red Guardian, Shang-Chi, Rogue. Is there another tech card you could throw in there?
Yeah, Enchantress.
Mobius. He's in there too.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's very scummy. And then Phastos buffs them, and it's great.
This is a solid deck. I think it's good. Best place for Phastos. We actually called the deck the same exact thing, Thanos.
Oh yeah, Thanos. I think I saw someone call it like this online or something. I didn't come up with it on my own. I'm not gonna lie, but it's great.
I do like the NerfHerder. Oh, sorry, I was gonna say I do like the NerfHerder Okoye inclusion. Yeah. Just this is a big blob, man. The blob gets so big with Okoye. I don't know. I know he stops at 15, but it just feels like when you get the Okoye into the blob, you know he's like minimum 20 in minimum. Every time. So
I have Okoye and Phastos and Elsa and Blue Marvel. So you can have like 2 like buff the deck cards and then 2 buff the field cards.
Yeah, I actually like that. I like that version of Thanos too. I missed playing a lot of the big boys, so I wanted some of the big boys in here. Because when I played when Thanos first got changed, I was playing like more of the Blue Marvel Gilgamesh kind of style, like Elsa, fill the lanes, you know, power up that way. Yeah, and so I missed playing some of the big boys, so that's why I wanted a big boy version.
Big boy.
Yeah, big boy.
I mean, Elias, it's crazy that Elias is just a big boy now. Man, yeah, I'm looking at this. This 6'10" Elias is kind of terrifying just to look. I'm just looking at him.
Dude,
like, you look at that variant. Like, look at his face, man. He's just like, yeah, I'm fucking 10 power.
Yeah, you
now,
see it
bro.
next to Thanos, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's
That's a lot of power.
It's like not hard to get priority with this deck. Like Elias does work, dude. It's like it's sick. But yeah, I don't know. I like this. It is a fun for Phastos. Let's see what other shit do we have here. Oh yeah, there's like I've seen this version, like a Jane Foster. These are some of the early like day one Phastos brews, which were hilarious. This one's Ant-Man, Rocket Raccoon, Nico, Zero, Martyr, Titania, Hitmonkey, Phastos, Kyra, Thor, Beta Ray, and Jane. Basically, the idea of this is, you got to pray for Phastos on 3, and then you Jane on 4, and a lot of your 1-drops will be 0, and so you draw all of them, and then you play them all, and you Hitmonkey and shit, and so it's just fucking great.
What about I was gonna say take out Rocket and Ant-Man for Yellow Jacket and Wasp, but I forget that your Phastos is probably making one of those 0 anyway.
Yeah, you could do that too. Like,
I think you run out of hand space at some point, right?
This deck didn't feel phenomenal, but it was a lot of fucking fun. I'll say that.
It looks like somebody sat down. They're like, I really want to like make a Black Swan deck, and then they took out the card Black Swan and they put Phastos. They're like, all right, let's go. It just looks like a Black Swan deck, right? Like it
really does, yeah.
6 1-drops, like okay, like let's pop off. You know?
playing decks like this with Kyra actually specifically, I always forget like about these like weird little interactions, but like that win you games like Rickety Bridge. Like I've had a few like Rickety Bridge games, and you have Kyra down, and you're like, oh yeah, I won that lane. Like they're just all their shit's gonna die. It's great, and you have like a fucking Rocket Raccoon that he didn't play anything on that you just win a 1/1.
Yeah, it's a little weird how much Kyra is like kind of fallen out of favor.
I know, it's true. I like the card. She's a good card, but yeah, it's true. There's just a lot of better things to do a lot of the time. So, that was this random deck here.
Kyra's a pretty interesting like game of chicken that we're all kind of playing with each other. You know, like where it's like. You know, if you could get away playing with a zoo deck without Kyra, like you really would. Like it's just a lot of power, and it's like you're not gonna put Killmonger in your deck, and then people like they start playing Surfer, they start playing this Death Mockingbird shit. And you're like, all right, like I guess I gotta put the fucking Kyra in the deck now, and then you put it in, and then those decks kind of start to fall off, and then like it happened with Thanos too. Like Thanos, at least remember when Thanos was kind of dominating the meta for like 4 months, I feel like the first 2 months they all had Kyra, and then people just kind of started like taking it out and like just getting greedy with it, because it's like, all right, well, it's doing nothing for me in the Thanos mirror, and everybody's just fucking playing Thanos. So like, what does this Kyra like even do against Thanos? Like, I just lose to Thanos because I'm playing a 3/4. So they were like taking her out and like putting like Gladiator and shit, And it's like it's just this like weird game. I think it's gonna be a never ending game of chicken with Kyra, and I think it's kind of cool, honestly. It's kind of dope, the dynamic that we have in the game.
Yeah, and then the meta devolves into the 7th layer of hell and Super Scrolls in every deck. That's like the most degenerate meta. That's when the meta is the most degenerate, when people are playing Super Scroll.
Yeah,
that's when the meta's fucked and there needs to be a big change. Is when Super Scroll starts being played like legitimately, like for reality.
I was playing like the Quantum Tunnel, like Living Tribunal shit. That one hot location was Quantum Tunnel. I was spamming Living Tribunal. One of my buddies was sending me screenshots, and he's like, I don't know what the hell happened here. And like the guy had like 1 million power in every lane, or the guy he was playing against had like 3 million power in every lane, but he only had like 1.2 million power in every lane. He's like, I don't know why I lost. I'm like, I can't explain you the math. But I'm like, next time, try using Mystique on your Super Scroll. And then like an hour later, he sends me another screenshot. He's like, good call, buddy. And he has like 6 million. Because it's like so degenerate. If you copy a Super Scroll, like in the same lane, like with a fucking Iron Man and like the 9 Tribunal, like you take all their Tribunal shit, it's like, it's hilarious. It's like the numbers, I don't know the math. I just know that's the card. Normally use your Mystique on the Onslaught, But like
Yeah.
when it's the Super Scroll, like full degeneration, like we've all gone to hell. Like copy the Super Scroll. It's the best card of the deck. It's the best card of the deck. You need 2 of them if you want to win.
God, yeah, because it's got Iron Man and Onslaught, which would then make itself like just 28 power, basically, right?
Oh,
That's wild.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I started to think about it, and I was like, ugh.
Number goes so big. Though.
Yeah. I tried Phastos in a Sarah shell. This is typical Sarah shell. This did okay. It was like, then I'm like, yeah, I'm not really a big Sarah guy. So I didn't play this too much, but it's got Ronin in there, so it's fun.
This is more scummy shit. Get this off the screen.
Yeah, this is scummy. That's why I didn't play it too much. I felt too dirty. But yeah, let's talk about no big deal. Why don't you talk about your little move spice? Here you go.
So it's new. Like I said, we just got these cards in the game. So these are new cards. So it's the deck's fluid. I've already tweaked it a bit, but this feels really good. I've been climbing. I was kind of low 3K. Now I'm low 2K. So kind of if you don't play for a while, your rank just goes down. So then you come back. Now I gotta go back up. So got about 1K in rank. It feels like really high win rate deck, like 70% ish. But it's really hard to get 8 cubes with this deck. People just leave on 5, and it's really annoying. And unlike the Surfer deck, they stay in the game. So this is Kingpin, Nightcrawler, Athena, Craven, Silk, Juggernaut, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Stegron, Cannonball, Arrow, and Magneto. So I mean it's Athena deck. Like you gotta treat it like Athena deck, but I try to get the Craven and the Kingpin down as early as possible, and then you want to get your Silk down as early as possible. So having 2 1-drops and then Miles also kind of being a 1-drop really helps you kind of curve out with your Athena. So you're always playing like a 1-drop plus a card, 1-drop plus a card, 1-drop plus a card. Athena goes up every turn, and you basically just what you end up doing is, at least for me, I always try to play Kingpin and Craven in the right lane. Or if it's turn 1, I'll always blind Kingpin right lane, and then you don't know where they're gonna play. So if they're still like not playing cards, I'll Craven in the middle. Then I have 1 in each. So then we're kind of just moving their shit around. But either way, you just want to clog them in one lane, and you hit them with the old classic. You just cannonball the other lane. It's like. It still works. Like the Cannonball is still a really good card. So it's nice that we have Cannonball and Athena now, because this deck was a little more underwhelming before. We didn't have like really crazy cards like Athena and Cannonball to play in it. Stegron's targeted now, so you always get the Craven or the Kingpin buff. And that feels really nice. And yeah, I think Arrow on 5 feels really sick too. And yeah, I mean Magneto. I think you could mess around with the deck list. Like Nocturne, Jeff, Polaris are all like not in here. I think you need Juggernaut though. I will say that. I think Juggernaut is an absurd card, especially with Kingpin. Like with 1/2 Kingpin, like even just turn 4, like this is like the only deck where I feel like I don't have to hold Juggernaut till the end. Like I feel like every other Juggernaut deck I play, it's always a turn 6. In this deck, you could play them on 3 sometimes. Like you get like a lot of these locations that are like the White Hot Room, or play the Raft, or like basically shit that just like forces you to fill up a location. Mojo World's amazing, and you just have fucking Juggernaut, and he solos all those locations by himself. So pumps your Kingpin, pumps your Craven as well, and also just clogs your opponent. So it's really nice deck, and feels like you kind of have control of the game. I have a hard time getting people to stay in for even 4 is I'm having a hard time, but like getting 2 cubes is very easy with the deck.
Yeah, it seems like you accumulate value so obviously that the other person's like, all right, well, I'm out.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, you have too much numbers, and they obviously want to play in a certain location, right? Like they want to play their cards. So like once you move their cards where like they didn't want them, I think they're just like, fuck this, I'm out. Like you wrecked my whole setup. Like it's not happening. I'm not here.
Now, do you say that you're playing Craven and Kingpin in the same lane together, or do you spread them out usually?
I do both, but if it's okay, let's say turn 1 comes and I play Kingpin right lane. And then they play, let's say turn 2, I play Thena. And obviously Thena is always in a different lane than Kingpin and Craven, always, just by herself. You don't want to get all your whole deck Shadow King, obviously, right? So easy to spread her out. So let's say turn 2, I play Thena, and they play a card in the middle. Then I will Craven with my Kingpin together on the right lane. Because then I know I could Stegron, and Stegron's going to hit a double proc. If I Spider-Man and it moves the card to the right, I snap. It's just like creates this thing where if anything gets moved to the right location, like Arrow, I can target anything and move their card with Arrow to the right lane, And so like if the card moves there, like they're just kind of fucked. Like that's just 4 power, and it's clogging that lane. And I'm just going to keep moving all their shit right. Like move everything right. And I get to keep playing. I get to play in the other lanes. Like I have Athena going, like I have a Stegron's a 7 power, and Miles Morales is going in my left or middle lane. So I'm playing all my power on middle and left, but my shit's moving their shit to the right. So I do play them together in the far right lane. Typically is how I've been doing it. But if they don't play anything mid, then I just play the Craven in the mid lane. Then no matter where you move it, like they have a card left. So no matter where you move it, it gets debuffed that time. So
dude, this deck is making you think a lot.
Pardon?
As you were going through that, I was like, dude, he's thought a lot about this.
I've been playing this deck for a while. It just was bad before, but it's a lot of fun. So I had a lot of like reps on the deck,
The only things I have to add, 2 things. Shout out to NBD for saying Miles Morales.
Yes.
He just like a split second got a Latino accent.
Great.
And the other thing is, you guys seen Forrest Gump, obviously, right? When he gets on the bus as a kid and he's looking around and one kid looks at him and goes, "Can't sit here." That's all I think about when I see this sort of deck.
That's great.
The NBD just hit us with like all this knowledge of how you should play the deck, and I'm over here just fucking going, "Can't sit here, Miles Morales."
Miles Morales. That's great.
Miles Morales. No, it's not too bad. I would say like I think once you get a few games on it, it's easy. It's just, you play your shit in one location and then all your move cards naturally, move it there. Like Spider-Man does it by himself. You don't even have to, you don't have to think about it. You just play the Spider-Man, he does what he does,
Yeah, but you're totally right with the Craven thing. If you don't know what to do with Craven, the middle lane is always great. Doesn't matter what deck he's in, the middle lane is where you want to play him if you can, because things can come in there from both directions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, mid lane Craven's awesome.
How's Silk doing? Silk's usually pretty damn good in these kind of decks.
Well, why not Jeff instead of Silk?
Well, I just want to get multiple procs on Craven. I mean, I'm greedy. I think you could Jeff over like Arrow even. Like if you wanted to lower the curve, you could Jeff over Spider-Man because Spider-Man is kind of a 50-50 sometimes. I just like that Spider-Man's 5 power. It feels really nice. And just kind of fits the Athena curve and stuff like really good too. So a little bit extra base power. You get a lot less vulnerable to Shadow King. But I mean, Jeff obviously like goes in here. I think the silk with the Craven is like that's like if you talk to Ben Roller, like those are his 2 most played cards in Marvel Snap. So like I know that's like the bread and butter, and I'm a big fan of Silk. Like I'm a stand for this card. So
all right.
You spent $6,000 the week that Silk came out.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, you were on that card early. Like I was like, I'm not fucking spending $6,000 on this stupid card. Like,
$6,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend $6,000 either on that card. The tokens I was like, fuck that. And then nobody was like, this card seems fun. 6,000 tokens, let's go.
Yeah, it's sweet, man. I mean, it can proc multiple times, and
it's a good card.
It's really easy to kind of set up the lane she ends up in at the end of the game because you're almost always going to be filling up one lane. I will say though, NerfHerder, the Silk kind of is the one part of the deck that you could absolutely like, kind of like the Titania, where you could fuck it up and it can lose you the game. It is one of those, like at the end, like if you don't sequence, you put the one here and you got to kind of anticipate. Okay, the Silk could bounce, and then if I don't have prio, they bounce it. So it's kind of like where the silk ends up, I think, is like the only thing that's like like takes a little bit of getting used to. But I think Craven and Kingpin are pretty straightforward. You play them somewhere, and then you play your other shit somewhere else. That's pretty much what comes down.
Horizontal Titania.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that for sure.
And then also, like Spider-Man probably could be like Nocturne as well if people want to try that, right? Yeah, it's still a 3/5, and then you can get rid of Limbo and do weird shit like that.
Actually, I'd be willing to say Polaris is probably better there.
Yeah, Polaris is probably awesome, sweet too. Awesome in here too, for sure. Yeah. So
Polaris is cool because you can just like pull. See, like Kingpin as a 1 card so fucking good because like you can just like on turn 4 Kingpin Polaris, right? And you're like, you're guaranteeing value if they have like a 1 or 2 dropout. Like it's insane.
Yeah, I guess I'm greedy with Spider-Man. I like going for their big shit. I think like that's the game winning. Maybe that's why I'm not getting big cube wins, right? Because if I like snipe their Wong or their Iron Man or something, like they just leave the game, So maybe I should Polaris. But the Polaris, I feel like moving a small card, like it doesn't like impact the board that much, but it does give you the guaranteed value on your Craven and your Kingpin. So it's kind of like a trade-off, I guess. Polaris is going to be probably more consistent power on average. But I find Spider-Man can just win you the game with his disruption. Like people just, they want to, like I said, they want to play the card or they want to play it. It's just hilarious to get it the fuck out of there.
Yeah. No,
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You just get him out of there. It's so annoying.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man there. Shut up.
And I'm spamming emotes as I do it too.
What just happened?
Just Spider-Man point.
That's hilarious. So when you're playing Spider-Man, you spam the Spider-Man emote. I fucking hate you.
I got an emote for him in the game already. It's perfect.
What else are you supposed to use it for?
Exactly. It's the only way. Oh man, dude, I love it. I actually, this deck looks like so much fun. I can't.
It's really fun and legit good too. It's just, I would say, only thing you gotta watch out for is like Zoo, Junk, sometimes Surfer. But I feel like I've been doing pretty good against Surfer. But I'd say like Zoo and Junk can get really tricky. They start sending shit over. Like now you can't bring stuff into your Craven, lane. It gets a little bit annoying.
Yeah. Usually I like delete your decks immediately after we get off the phone. After the call, but this one I won't.
Yeah, give it a go. Let me know if you want to mess around with Nocturne or Jeff or whatever.
I'll probably delete it. That's all right. I'm just kidding. It looks fun. All right, let's talk into probably one of the last things we'll talk about here. Arishem is like probably one of the most hyped cards. We don't even know if he's going to be good. He might even be shit. We don't know, but he sure seems like a lot of fucking fun. If anything, it's just going to be hilarious to have him and hilarious to see everyone playing Darkhawk the first week that he's out. But that's neither here. Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
And then you can't play Rogue, Enchantress, or anything because like you're just never gonna fucking draw it because you have a 24 card deck. So like, they're gonna play Darkhawk. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
You have to believe. You have to believe that he's gonna put Rogue in your deck. You have to just believe hard enough for the random Rogue to come out.
Yeah, you need Arishem to give you the tech. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. It's all at his will, So No Big Deal has been theory crafting for the last like 3 weeks, and this is what he's come up with. So No Big Deal, take it away, man. Why don't you tell us your thoughts here?
Been theory crafting a Loki deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just play Loki.
Oh, that's fucking genius.
Nick Fury in there.
Easy game. Yeah, Nick. Hey, big buff, Nick Fury. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking, like I was saying with the Rogue thing, honestly, I think it's going to be hard to put tech cards in the Arishem deck. I just don't think we're reliably going to get to see them. So I think just, card generation, discount all the cards. We already have an extra energy to work with. So if we're playing like 6 drops on 4, like Valentina already discounts it. And Arishem giving you max energy and Corvus Glaive giving you max energy is not counterable by Mobius. So you're just sitting on +2 max energy. You could play Corvus Glaive on turn 2, and now on turn 3 you have 5 energy. They could play Mobius, and you can still play like a fucking Devil Dino, and they can't do shit about it, So you play, or this deck it would be Blink. You play Blink out your Corvus. hopefully some random high power card from your Arishem generated pops out. But this is turn 3 though. Like this is turn 3. You're playing a 5/7, right? So it gets pretty crazy. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Where I'm going with it. So to enable that degeneracy as much as humanly possible, I threw this together. Definitely not final, but Nico, Quinjet. I think Quinjet's going to be essential to all the Arishem decks. Snow Guard, Collector, Valentina, Agent Coulson, Corvus Glaive. Wave's probably a staple as well. Loki probably a staple as well. Nick Fury and Blink. Blink just another shot to get the Loki card, obviously. So I think Wave's hilarious. Like Wave on 2. You make everything cost 4, and then they can't play their 4 because it's turn 3, so they have 3 energy. And that's a 2/5, or not 2/5, but you're playing it on turn 2, so it's a 5 power card, and then you're hopefully Arishem gives you something expensive to play too. That's where I want to embrace the fact that I'm getting random ass cards and not try to run away from it, not try to draw my way out of it, or we're definitely gonna Loki it away. That's just free real estate, But other than that, I don't know. This is what I'm kind of thinking with the deck, and the reason I got all the card generation is because I'm going to be discarding my hand with Corvus, and I want to have a hand to play with, and then naturally the Collector fits in. Quinjet, these cards kind of all fit together that way. But what do you guys think? What are you thinking of building with your Arishem decks? This is going to be my first build that I try.
I just want to say one thing before I want to hear his thoughts, but I just want to say one thing when you were talking about the Blink. So you get Corvus on 2, Blink on 3 because you have 5 energy.
Yeah.
Then your Blink gives you your Nick Fury, who gives you 3 6 cost cards, which you can play the next turn because you're gonna have 6 energy on turn 4.
Dirt McGirt, dude.
You can play all 3 6 drops, 4, 5, and 6.
It's just so fun,
ridiculous.
Hopefully it doesn't just brick 4 times in a row before you get to do that kind of shit. Hopefully it's at least half of the games you can do this kind of fun shit.
Nick Fury's a 4/6, bro. Fucking OP now.
Beefy. Oh yeah, no, I love it. I'm saying it's hopefully we could pull off these combos, right? But I think if you load up your deck with shit, that hopefully goes hard like that, then why not?
What do you think, NerfHerder? What are your thoughts on Arishem?
So Arishem, I think you can build your decks in 3 ways, or 3 things to think about with Arishem. Is 1, the extra energy, so Sunspot, She-Hulk, Mockingbird also, because you're going to be able to play that for less than it actually costs, so that'll save the energy.
I gotta find a way to get a Mockingbird in here. That's a good call.
And then obviously Quinjet, like you said, it's a staple. But anyways, so the extra energy cards that take advantage of the fact that you have extra cards in your deck, and then Loki as a backup plan, basically. So if all else fails, you can just Loki everything away. So I have a deck list made pretty much already. All right, anyways. So, all right, it's a Sunspot, M'Baku, Quinjet, Valentina, Coulson, Loki, Kang, Sarah, Mockingbird, Blob, She-Hulk, Arishem. And Kang's in here because Kang is really only good when he's basically a draw card. So you're probably going to draw him on turn 5 and 6 if you do draw him. Basically Kang's better here than anywhere else. Blob is obvious. Mockingbird's obvious. Sarah on turn 4 is super sick.
Yeah.
And then M'Baku, because he's probably always going to fly out of your deck.
Yeah, that's great.
Those are the 3 things I was thinking about when I was considering Arishem. I think that's how you play Arishem is you play Quinjet, you use the extra energy, you're good to go. And then I think Coulson and Sentinel and Loki probably should be in all Arishem decks, just because you're already generating random cards, so you might as well just have Loki as a fallback plan.
Yeah, I love that. It does. I agree with you. Does Will Collector gain a power for the random cards?
Probably not. Yeah.
From Arishem, no. It says when a card enters your hand.
Yeah. Ah, yes. That's
from anywhere other than your deck.
Yeah. Are you ever gonna play a Arishem Thanos deck?
That would be so bad.
You gotta have Phastos in that deck if you're gonna.
Yeah, and you'll never draw them. You can play 100 games, you'll never draw Phastos.
You can have whatever card in that deck. It doesn't matter what card you have in that deck. You use autofill. It's probably gonna be just as good as if you try really hard to build one.
So you start the game with 29 cards?
Yeah, something stupid like that, probably.
Dark Hog doesn't exist.
That's great. What is it? Yeah, is it 30? It might be 30, no? Are you going to have 24 cards and then plus 6 stones?
12 plus 6 plus 12.
Oh, never mind. You're right.
So 30. No, yeah, 30.
Yeah, Arishem gives you 12. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's
but the things I think you should consider always playing with Arishem are Blob, Quinjet, Sunspot, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't even think of Sunspot. Sunspot's a good call.
Yeah, Sunspot's good because you're gonna have extra energy. You know, the
Corvus. I almost want to say M'Baku too. And another dumbass card like M'Baku is Uatu. At least you get value of a card you're never going to draw.
That's true.
Oh, that's actually not a bad point.
But anyways,
that's pretty cool. That's a good idea.
The Watcher.
Oh, these decks are gonna be fucking so degenerate and wild.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Like I was telling No Deal before, I'm like, if I can get like a 40% win rate, like with these decks, like even if it's bad, like but I'm like winning almost half the time, I'm fucking playing this card all the time. Like, because it's just gonna be so worth the fun and the randomness. It's gonna be hilarious. Like, I just like don't want it to be complete dog shit, like 10% win rate. And I'm gonna be sad if they're like bad, but like they can't be that bad, right?
No, every game's gonna be different. Like, I think this card is really good. Like, you could just play Arishem decks forever, and you would probably never get bored.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm real excited. That's why I'm so excited for this card. It's gonna be like awesome. You know, that's hilarious, and it's good for
Valentina for Mockingbird. I'm doing Mockingbird's a good call. We got to get her in there.
This is also going to be a great card for newer players too, because you're going to get a lot of times you're going to all the new cards that you don't have.
Yeah, it's the new high Evo. Yeah,
this is the new draft mode.
Yeah, really. This is draft mode until the draft mode comes.
Arishem drafts for you though. You don't get to pick.
Yeah. But yeah,
probably be better than most people do anyway.
What are your thoughts on Corvus, NerfHerder?
In this deck?
Yeah.
I hadn't considered it until I saw it here.
Yeah,
but
I was a little skeptical.
I mean, sure. You're probably discarding two cards you never intended to play anyway, so why not?
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah, because you'll have like two cards in your hand.
You could play them on two, you know?
I don't know about the wave, though.
About which one? Sorry?
Wave.
Oh, wave? You don't think so?
Well, wave on two is awesome because it locks they can't play anything on turn 3 and you have 4 energy.
They can. They can play something that's 2 or 3.
Oh yeah,
they can play
You're
right.
But
yeah, they can't play their big shit though.
I don't think Collector is good at all though, because Collector is only good if you play it on turn 2.
Yeah, or turn 1, baby.
Or turn 1. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, Collector. I told them I'm like, he's the first one I would cut for sure.
Yeah.
In this list, because like I don't know. He's even sometimes.
If I cut Collector, I'd probably cut Nick Fury too, right? Like it's just.
Yeah, you don't really need Nick Fury here either.
Yeah, he's in there because Collector, basically.
Yeah. But
I don't even like Collector in like regular lists.
You know what? Snowguard and Nico. You know what? This whole deck's trash. Just change everything. Cut Nico, cut Snowguard, cut Collector, cut Nick Fury, cut Wave.
I feel like the draw 2 on Nico is going to be sick in this deck, though.
Sure.
Yeah. First of all, you have to draw Nico. Second of all, you have to hope that there's a 1 in 7 that you get the draw.
How many times is that going to happen? It's like, yeah, dude. 30% of the time you're going to draw Nico, and then what is that? 1 out of 7. What are the odds there? Like, was that 15% or something?
Oh, probably less even.
So what's 15% of 30%?
Yeah. Oh god.
Like 3% or something?
Yeah.
3.5% of the time.
Yeah.
There you go. You play 100 games, 3 out of 100, you're gonna get that draw too.
Yeah,
easy
exactly.
Easy snap.
And you have to be able to destroy something you actually want to destroy. So.
Yeah, but that's what I think with Arishem. They're going to give you a bunch of garbage, so that part it's easy.
Well, that's the draw too. You're gonna draw the 3% of the time. You're gonna draw 2 garbage. You're gonna draw your fucking Uatu and fucking Mbaku. Then you're like, fuck. I played 100 games and I got this fucking draw for Mbaku.
That's true. Get my Mbaku out of the deck. I don't want that.
I do love Nico though. Nico's great.
Kang, I'm a believer in Kang. Kang.
Well, Kang, you can play on turn 4 too.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you can play it. Yeah. You have a reason now.
There you go. Play him on turn 4, right? 4, 5, or 6. So you get the three turns to possibly get another draw.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm pumped for Arishem.
For sure.
Yeah, I wonder. Do you think Phastos goes in this deck, or is it just way too inconsistent? Probably
I mean,
wildly.
You were kind of right though. If Phastos on 2 or 3, even 4 is like really, really good, but the odds of that happening, is he worth the slot? I don't know. You'd have to get some people to do the math on that one.
Yeah. And then the other thing I was thinking about is do you just make him a tech deck and just put a bunch of tech cards in, and then maybe some like draw card generations, and then rely on the randomness to help you with like some random power?
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable way to take it.
Like Shang, Enchantress, like all the fucking Shadow King, all the tech cards, throw them all in there because you're gonna have extra mana, and then you're just gonna get random cards.
Yeah.
And then
throw Sarah in there. Yeah.
And you have Loki, you have your Mbaku, the staples, of course. And then that's it.
Yeah,
I think that's another way of possibly building the deck.
Yeah.
But
I will shout out Willow CCG. Anyway, he used to be a content creator. He moved on to DC, and then that game died. If you go to his Twitter at WillowCCG, he has a whole thread of like things you can think about with Arishem and why you should be doing this or that, and some lists that he's been theory crafting. And there's some juicy stuff in here. Like one is, like you just said, nothing but tech cards and goblins. And
goblins,
hilarious. And then like another one's like tempo with Nick Fury and stuff. And but I recommend at WillowCCG, go check out his thread on Arishem.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Get the juices flowing. Yeah, I'll check that out and get the brain juices flowing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, the coolest thing he put here is like the advantage you are generating each turn with the extra energy. Turn 1, 100% energy. Turn 2, 50, 3, 33, 4, 25, 5, 20. So, yeah, on average, you're totaling like 30% more energy than the opponent.
Oh, yeah, and then you slam a Corvus, start pumping those numbers. Easy.
Yeah, double numbers there. No joke, yeah. Corvus is probably good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for this card. Phastos for the people, easily skippable. But he is fun. He is fun, but easily skippable. Like
I'm probably gonna light my keys on fire in the next couple of days, just simply to try him in Arishem. I'm just really excited to play his Arishem card, and if Phastos is the key, I want to be like day one playing it like a moron. So I'm probably gonna do it. And the Hydra Bob is next, so
what did he get changed to?
He's like a 1/4, and then like he moves if your opponent's if someone snapped or something.
If anyone
like
snaps, he moves. It's hilarious. Hilarious. He's like a meme card. But...
each turn or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's dog shit. Let me see.
At the very least, if you get he is dog shit. At the very least, if you get Phastos, you will not be disappointed playing him in Thanos. He's a lot of fun in that deck.
Yeah. That's true. I do like a little
even
bit.
If he's shit in Arishem, he's fun in Thanos. So
what is even this card? After each turn, this moves if a player snapped. So it moves twice? A 1/4 that moves twice?
Or does it move every turn if someone has snapped? Like if I snap on turn 1, is he moving around every single turn? Or is it only after?
No, I think it'll move once. I think it'll just go randomly.
No, he might be right. After each turn, this player move if a player snapped.
Oh,
no! So if you have Craven, you throw him in your little movers deck. He's fucking popping off, bro.
Actually, does sound kind of sick.
If that's the case, then he's good.
Yeah. If you have Hydra Bob and Craven in your opening hand, that's a snap condition.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to buy a bundle. I have to buy a bundle. We got Colossus bundle 2K token. Seems pretty good.
You gotta look at Kiralis. See if he
see if there's any value.
Rates it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if it works with Craven like that, then if he moves every turn, yeah, you play him on one, just snap. Like you just have Craven in your hand, like because then you want to snap anyway. So yeah, why not? That's hilarious.
Yeah, then they play Kingpin and you're sad as fuck.
Okay, we'll play it too.
And you can't stop it.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Luke, we got a Luke Cage.
Stop moving.
There's no point in leaving because you already snapped. Like you're already committed. You got to stay till turn 6.
Yeah, we gotta play Luke. Then we protect from Shadow King. You know.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
That's great. Well, I don't know, NerfHerder, man. Thanks for coming back on, dude. We appreciate it. That was a good fucking time.
Good man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, it's always a good time, dude. Anything you got to say to the people? Anything, any, whatever the hell you want to say? I don't care.
No, I'm not that quick with my wits this time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, no big
Do you have
deal.
anything coming up, NerfHerder? Like any new content like coming up?
Oh yeah, I guess I will say that. Thank you. So I haven't posted on my YouTube that much this month, and basically I'm learning a new video editor, CapCut, so I can improve the video quality. And I want to try something out of like just like supercuts of like dumb, ridiculous shit that are like 20 minutes long or whatever. Basically comedic videos with like high intensity editing and stuff. So I do kind of lean on humor on my channel, and I just want to take that to the next step and like up my editing and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't been posting. I've been learning a new editor, and I will start posting a lot more at NerfHerder MS on YouTube. But yeah. So I'm kind of trying to lead into what I'm good at a little bit more on the channel. But yeah, that's it.
Fuck yeah, I love it. Well, for me, if you want me to keep the mullet, make sure you leave your age in the comments.
ID, picture of ID.
I don't want any fucking shit coming at me later on. Be associated with that shit. So I do want to keep the mullet, but keep it respectful. Dates of birth in the comments if you want me to respond. No big deal. What do you got to say to the people?
Well, shout out to NerfHerder for coming on. Appreciate it, man. I'm pumped for those new highly edited videos, but I'm also always pumped for this deck is cracked. So, I'm into that shit too. So it's all good. And enjoy the bald boys. Bald boys unite. Sometimes the hair recedes. Kingpin's a bald man. Like myself, and that's why I like playing them. Even the bald guys can get it done too.
I guess I am stalling the end of the episode here, but I didn't listen to last week. You said you clapped back at me after I made that comment.
Your mama, basically, is what I said.
Okay, all right.
I was like, your mom likes bald guys, basically. Is what all
right, fair enough.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, no big deal. What else you got to say?
Hey, one love, man. Move them around. Move them around. One love.
That's it. And with that, this is degenerated enough. Peace.
Later.